All right, welcome back to part 2 of our Brewer's Best IPA partial mash kit. I am officially calling this bad boy the Mud Monster IPA. Let me see if I can zoom that in for you without getting you guys seasick. Look at that bad boy. Can't really, I'm getting you seasick. I know, look at that. Anyway, it is quite clear. It's just a really dark color. Anyway, so we are going to cold crash it today. Bear with me here, guys. 100%. We're going to cold crash it today for 24 hours, and tomorrow I'm going to drop gelatin into it to fine it, try to get it to clear a little more. And I will use a 1/4 teaspoon of gelatin, where you typically use a full teaspoon of gelatin when you're doing a 5-gallon batch. This is only 1 gallon, so approximately 1/4 is what I'm going to do. But we'll be back in this video series for you to see that. Moving forward, I'm putting the whole brewing process into one video. I know this one didn't work out that way, but every other video from now on will have the whole brewing process besides the taste test. That'll be a separate video. It'll have everything else in one video. Cold crashing, very simple. You want to put it into fridge-like temperatures, however long. This has actually been brewing for over a month, guys. I kind of left this one just because I want to see if it would clear up and drop more. Anyway, this is as good as we're going to get it. And that's fine. A month, I'm not worried about it. So cold crashing, you drop her, you put her into the fridge, whatever, 48, 72 hours. It don't really matter. I've cold crashed for weeks before. So what you want to do though is, and so if you're going to fine it with gelatin, you want to get it cold before you do so. So 24 hours. You got to take the airlock out because the airlock will, suck all the starter sand, what have you, in. So what I do is I take the airlock out and I simply fill in that hole with something so oxygen doesn't get in as best as possible. In this case, I'm using my daughter's Halloween duct tape. Works just fine. It's got a lot of skulls on it, so that's kind of cool. Kind of looks like the, I don't know, what's the Day of the Dead or whatever. It looks like something like that. Anyway, so that's it. So if you've got a fridge, kegerator, or what have you, you just drop her in there. I presently, for this, I'm using my Danby chest freezer that basically acts like a kegerator because I've got the old Inkbird control panel on there that keeps the temperature, got fridge temperatures. Put that in there, 24 hours. We'll be back to add the gelatin to it. All right, guys, this has actually been sitting now in the carboy for probably about a week. Kind of forgot about it. So she's nice and chilled down to correct temperature to add the gelatin for sure. So what we're going to do, it's only a 1 gallon batch. I've worked out that we'll do about 1/4 of a teaspoon, sanitize all this stuff, the bowl, the spoons. We're going to put about 1/4. I'm going to use all of what's left in this little bag, which more like 1/3. Okay. And then what you want to do is, we got a brew day going on here also. What you want to do is 2 tablespoons-ish of water. And you give it a little stir up. Now what you want to do is you want to let it sit. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it today. You're going to let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes so it blooms. And then I'm going to gently heat the mixture up to 150 degrees. I'll pop it in the microwave, and then we'll get it in here. So I'll be back here in about 10 minutes after this has had time to bloom. Okay, so we're back. Let it bloom a little bit. I don't even know what the hell that means, but that's what they say you should do. So that's what I did. And then I heated it up in the microwave, 30 seconds, got it up to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Off comes the old lid. Smells good. Smells real nice. Nice. All right. Slowly pour that in. All right. And now, cover back on. Airlock's still locked. Keep as much oxygen out as possible. That will go back in kegerator. You want to do it for at least 2 days. It'll probably sit there about 5 or 6 the way I roll. And then we'll be back to bottle it. All right, guys. This thing has been fermenting, cold crashing since I just looked online, and I brewed this on May 22nd. So we fermented probably, I don't know, you would have just heard it in this video you've been listening to. And then I find it and cold crashed it. It's been cold crashing for quite a while as well. So I'm just getting around to bottling it. It's supposed to be 1 gallon. So that should be 7 to 8 bottles, 16-ounce bottles is what I have here. I like the swing tops, get them on there, close them up, you're good to go. We're using the Brewer's Best priming sugar that came with the kit. I'm certain that it would be dextrose. I'm not doing the whole batch deal. I don't like doing that. I find, oxygen in the beer, all that stuff. So what I do is I got myself a trusty funnel, teaspoon. It should equal out to about 1 level teaspoon per bottle. Very simple. If you do it this way, I also really like, if I'm bottling a big batch, which I don't do much of anymore because I keg, my big batches, I like to get the Cooper's carbonation drops. Mr. Beer has them. I think most of the beer keg companies have them. Then you just drop one in, and it's so easy. Saves a ton of time, especially if you're bottling a lot. But this works, and considering it's only 1 gallon, pretty straightforward. Get it in there, each one. I'm using, maybe there'll be, I don't know, maybe there won't be. Maybe I'll be moving to sucrose, which works fine, just table sugar. I'm not seeing that this is going to do the whole 8 bottles, so that's fine, no big deal. And everything's been sanitizing, ready to roll. We've got our little trusty little hand pump siphon with the bottle filler here, which I will be back to start that process as soon as I get all these bottles filled with the old sugar. So what happens is what happens for those of you beginners, there's still yeast alive in this beer. So it's going to come back to life when it senses the sugar, for lack of a better way of describing it. And it's going to eat the sugar, which is going to create the CO2, the carbonation. So that's what happens when you're bottling with priming sugar. Okay, so it worked out that I'm filling 7. I've got 8 bottles on hand, but I've done 7. So I got almost 7. I put maybe a quarter of a teaspoon of just table sugar, sucrose, into the 7th one. So you want to set up your hand pump like so. You want to try to keep it out of the trouble in the bottom. You don't want all that gunk going in your beer. The bottle filler itself has a little push button deal on the bottom that it won't fill until that is compressed. So if I give this a pump, and I despise bottling, this is why I like the keg, and it's just such a pain in the arse, but you get it flowing, and then you push down, and the beer will start flowing. And that's it. And you just go until I fill it up just till it's starting to the level of the beer starting to touch the neck of the bottle, and then you just pull up on the bottle filler, and it'll stop filling, and no more will come out. You move to the next bottle. Some live action. All right, so just about there, and that'll give it a little bit of headspace. Put the cover on there and keep as much oxygen in it as you can. Wash her down. Bob's your uncle. That's what I got, guys. I'm going to fill these up. That'll be it for this video. So next video, I will do a taste test separately. I'll be putting these away for 2 weeks. I just let them go for 2 weeks. Not in a rush. That'll be fine. They'll be fully carbonated by the end of the 2 weeks, and we'll come back and we'll do a taste test, which I'll put the link under this video as well as the original brew video for this when we originally brewed this this beer, I should say. Moving forward, all brewing process is going to be in one video, where in this one, 2 videos, 2 parts. This is the second part. If you're new to brewing, check out my Beginner Brewers Boot Camp. It's free. Links under the video. If you are been brewing for a while, or you're looking to get into, look at that. See that? I told you it wouldn't leak out. It's just spilling everywhere. If you're into all grain, then you can check out. I give away my top 5 best-selling recipes from my brew pub. You can grab those as well. And any questions, reach out, guys. That's it. Big Rob. Well, he gone.